Welcome to Math Made Easy. You know, some dates on the calendar seem to have more stories packed into them than others. And today we're going to talk about one of them, March 14th. It's a day that connects math, physics, and genius in ways you probably wouldn't expect. Okay, let's get into it.
So for most people, March 14th means one thing, 3.14. Yep, it's Pi Day. It's a celebration of that amazing, never-ending number that's so critical for understanding circles. And it officially became a thing back in 1988, really just because of how we write the date in the US.
But what if that's just scratching the surface? What if this date is, well, kind of like a cosmic intersection, a day that holds a way deeper, way more incredible story about the minds that literally shaped our universe? Because March 14th isn't just about a number. It's a day that's marked by both the arrival and the departure of some of the absolute biggest names in the history of science. Let's rewind the clock. On this very day, back in 1879, a thinker was born who would completely change how we see physical reality. His work became the foundation of modern physics, giving us a whole new way of looking at space, time, and even gravity itself. And that mind, of course, belonged to Albert Einstein. This quote, it really gives you a peek into his whole philosophy, right? That focus on independent thought is exactly what led him to his mind-bending theories of relativity. I mean, his work didn't just tweak our understanding of the universe, it completely turned it on its head. Okay, now let's fast forward through time. Decades and decades later, on the exact same calendar day, the science world had to say goodbye to another giant, a mind who wasn't afraid to stare right into the universe's most extreme and mysterious places. And in what has to be one of the most unbelievable cosmic coincidences ever, that was Stephen Hawking. He passed away on March 14th, Albert Einstein's birthday. One giant of physics left us on the very same day that another one arrived. It's this incredible, almost poetic connection between two of the greatest minds in history. It's just a stunning piece of historical symmetry, right? But believe it or not, the story of March 14th doesn't even stop with Einstein and Hawking. The list of brilliant minds tied to this one day is, well, it's longer than you'd think. So let's add another genius to the mix. He was born on this day just 3 years after Einstein, in 1882. His name was Wacław Sierpiński, a Polish mathematician, and his work would take us into the wild, mind-bending world of infinity. Now, to really get what this guy was all about, we have to talk about something he helped create, the fractal. Just think of it like this. It's a pattern that never, ever ends. It looks the same no matter how close you zoom in on it. It's this beautiful place where math and art just perfectly collide. And his most famous creation is the Sierpiński triangle. It's built on a super simple, repeating rule. You just keep taking out that middle triangle over and over, forever. What you get is a total mathematical marvel, an object that has a limited, finite area, but at the same time has an infinite perimeter. It's a paradox you can actually see. And this wasn't just about making cool-looking pictures. Sierpiński's work on these infinite sets was totally foundational. He helped build entire fields like set theory, which tries to get a handle on infinity itself, and topology, which is basically the study of shapes and spaces. His ideas completely changed how mathematicians think about things like dimension and continuity. But the legacy of March 14th doesn't stop with theoretical physics and abstract math. No, it goes right into the super practical world of computing. Because on this day, we also lost a pioneer who fundamentally shaped what a modern computer could even be. Yep, Howard Aiken passed away on this day in 1973. And while he was a lead designer of some of the first computers, his biggest contribution wasn't just building the machine itself. It was creating the very blueprint for what a scientific computer actually needed to do. So Aiken laid out these four, essential principles. First off, it had to handle all numbers, positive and negative, not just the positive ones like an old accounting machine. Second, it needed to understand complex math, things like logarithms and trigonometry, not just simple addition. Third, and this is huge, it had to run through a problem all by itself, without a person constantly stepping in. And finally, it needed to follow a logical sequence of steps. He was basically writing the rulebook for every scientific computer that came after. So let's just step back and look at all this. We have Pi Day, Einstein, Hawking, Sierpiński, Aiken, all connected to this single day. The sheer density of major scientific and mathematical history on March 14th is just incredible. And this is just scratching the surface. Just look at this timeline. March 14th, 1811, an Irish geometer named Andrew Hart is born.
Then you've got Einstein in 1879. Then we see the passing of pioneers like Howard Aiken in 1973, and of course, Stephen Hawking in 2018. The pattern really does span centuries.
So what does it all mean? Is this all just one massive coincidence? A random quirk of the calendar? Or maybe it's something more. Maybe it's a powerful reminder that the great chain of human discovery is this continuous thing, a torch that gets passed from one generation to the next with no real beginning and no end. Please like, subscribe Math Made Easy Suresh channel.